Mic connected. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hi there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. The name is Gorata.Selaledi. I'm so excited to be here yet again on a beautiful Monday. And if you are new here, please do click on the subscription button. I am a faith-based content creator, and also create the space of productivity and purpose through my coaching programs. And I create videos every Sunday, Monday, and Friday. Thank you so much for clicking on the link wherever you found it. I'm so excited to be here. And if you are only viewing, or this is the first video you're watching and you're wondering what's happening in the background, I am recording in my nursery as I am currently in my confinement period, and I decided that I will be recording my videos still for my mental health, as it gives me so much joy to create yet again. And in today's video, I think I'll share that in the next clip. Let's just take this as a check-in, right? Coming here was so hard. I think because I had to let go of what I'd held on to in terms of what my Mondays look like, because before, Mondays were dedicated to coaching programs, and I realized, wait, I can't call it a coaching program if I don't see your growth, right? So I've decided to reinvent our Mondays to just focus on reflection, which is something that is close to my heart. You will hear that in the video, but otherwise, I hope you had a good day. I hope that it wasn't a terrible Monday. I haven't been working since September, since my baby came, and I can only imagine the burnout that comes with October, November, December. I remember it very much so, and I hope that you're making time to kind of just pause and step away from your desk if you are experiencing burnout. Just a thought to leave in there, but let's get into the video. So like I said, there was a bit of tension before coming into this video, and it was tied to how I realized I can't really call my videos coaching programs because I am not experiencing the growth that is happening on your side. So I decided to reinvent the videos and kind of move them to a place that is still aligned to me as an individual, still aligned to what I'm passionate about, which is journaling, which is reflection, which is also a habit that is at the core of coaching. So I am going to be helping you develop your muscle, your reflection muscle. By the time we're done here, whenever it is, could be 30, 50 years from now, you will be a journaling pro master. But otherwise, thank you so much for clicking on the link, first of all. And just to introduce myself to those who are new here, my name is Gorata.Selaledi. I'm a faith, productivity, and purpose content creator in those areas, in terms of thematic areas. And I create videos every Sunday, Monday, and Friday. And I recently had a new little beautiful boy, a son. I had a baby. I'm a new mom. If you see these bags, it's called night shift. I actually tried covering them up with a bit of makeup, but I wear them with pride. And I am recording in my nursery while my little boy sleeps, just as a way of allowing myself space to tap into pockets of joy, because I find joy in creating this kind of content for you and also for me. And in today's video, I'm gonna pause this and then we transition into that, right? So in today's video, we are launching our reflection and guided reflection sessions, which I've decided to title Read, Reflect, and Rise, right? And I'm just going to take us through the core principles in terms of why am I deciding to set up this community. And the first reason is my love for reading and journaling. My mom said to me the other day, hey, you're always writing. Like literally, even in my butete room, I always have my journal, I always have my Bible, and now I have this book, which is my content book. Always writing. And I think for me, reflection has always been a place, a safe space for me to offload my thoughts, offload my emotions. And what I always get coming out of it is clarity and a bit more conviction in terms of the decisions I'm making, right? Because you think through the day, like during the day, like even today, like when I'm putting my son to sleep, I'm usually going and mulling over a couple of thoughts in terms of my business, in terms of my career, in terms of motherhood, in terms of being a wife, being a daughter, and, right? But then when I sit down with my journal, I get to a place where I get to really think about those things in a meaningful way and make it concrete, right? I think writing has so much power in terms of bringing things into our reality, right? So if it's confusion, you put it on paper, you get a bit of peace, for me at least, right? And I think in terms of the different areas of my life, in terms of thinking about them, I'm saying in terms of many times, in writing and journaling, for me, reflection has been, I'd say, a superpower in a sense, right? So reading and reflection are my superpower. I'm actually going to use that as my title. Reading and reflection are my superpower. Okay. And the second point I've noted is how we have mentors everywhere, right? And in reading, you get the opportunity to literally pick through and go through someone's thoughts. And I hope that in setting up this community or setting up this circle, we will be able to get to a place where we learn from the different great minds that have existed over time. We're not only going to be reading titles from this period, but also titles from way back then. And then the third point I've also noted is how I love a good self-help book, right? I love it. And it's very interesting because I was a fiction girly at some point, and then I transitioned into the self-help world, and I've never left. If you look at my bookshelf now, it has only mostly 95% self-help, right? But the other day I actually downloaded a fiction novel called The Silent Patient, and I read it. It was interesting. I mean, the main character, it opens up with her talking through how her husband, encouraged her to start journaling. Interestingly, I can't make it up. Look for it and, verify that for yourself. But I didn't finish it. Like, I just started it, but I realized that I read fiction at a time where there was no Netflix, there was no Showmax. So honestly, that was only entertainment I had. Like, I was literally the girl to find a website to download a book into a feature phone and just scroll, using the arrow in the different books, the little tiny screen. But then now, I don't see any reason when you have Netflix, right? But I've also noted down that in how I will be running the circle, I will be highlighting the central themes or principles or lessons that I'm picking or that I've picked from the book that would be reading. And we would be going through a book every 4 weeks. And I currently have a book club and I'm wondering how I'm going to juggle that. But I feel I'll manage, it's just to juggle my time because I'm currently in confinement and I have so much time. Most of the time I'm sleeping, but I think the times that I'm awake, I can actually dedicate an hour just to read and then pass out before he wakes up. But yeah, what we are going to be doing in the Triple R Circle, the Read, Reflect, and Rise Guided Reflection Circle, we are going to be doing 4-week guided reflection sessions specifically on each book, right? And I will share what book we're starting with today. And then I think the closing thought is then to say that reflection is at the core of what we are going to be doing here. It's not about what you know, but truly what you do with what you know. So when you sit down and you reflect against the questions that I will share in all the videos that I'll be going through week in, week out, the question would be, how does this apply to my life, right? Could be at work, it could be at home, it could be in a marriage, it could be in a friendship. But how does it apply to your life? Because why are you wasting your time reading the book if you're not going to apply what you're reading? So I went ahead and looked up a few benefits of why setting up reading and what the benefits of reading in community are. I'm going to call it a community, although it's just a community of one right now. But if you would like to join me in reading every 4 weeks and going through the guided reflections together, please do leave it in the comments that you will be joining me, however you'd want to say it, right? But the benefits that I'd noted, the little man is wiggling. I hope he doesn't wake up yet because I'm almost done. But the benefits I'd noted down were accountability, a diverse perspective. I hope that you will be able to come back here and leave a comment on what is standing out for you for the book that we're reading. A deeper understanding. I hope that you'll be able to share your insights on the books, on the different days that we'll be reflecting and the different books we'll be reading on. It offers motivation for me personally. I think just being confined and being in the house the whole day, not seeing people, I feel like the books will help kind of keep my mind busy. And then networking. I wondered, how do we network on a virtual space, And I figured I'd want for you to share what you do in terms of your profession. Are you a business owner? What kind of business do you run? And leave your LinkedIn link. Let's connect. I'll be happy to connect with you on LinkedIn. So leave your profile link here. I'll click on it. We connect. And for everyone else, do the same. Building community, right? And I'd love to hear where you're watching my videos from. The assumption is the only people who watch my videos are in Botswana, since I'm a small creator and I've only started, but I'm going to assume and believe that I have viewers outside the country. So please do leave in the comment where you're watching from. And then I also looked up the benefits of reading overall, and this is for you, for me. I noted down emotional and psychological benefits, knowledge and learning, personal growth, and mindset. And I believe these are explanatory, but I believe that the evidence is in the pudding. I don't know if the saying goes like that or not. But I believe that in our journey together, we will be able to see if indeed we are learning, we are growing in knowledge, if it's affecting our emotions positively, if we're growing, and if our mindset changes. And I thought that I'm tempted to actually just make this into a book club, right? A virtual book club. So I'm gonna try figure out a link for you to actually register for the book club, and then I can keep track of how many members there are, and I can always do emails out to you to give you the book that we're reading for the week, the insights that we got. I mean, I have the time, right? So yes, this is my second book club, but this is a virtual book club. So the Read, Reflect, and Rise virtual book club launch. Halala. I'm gonna write that. Virtual book club launch. Halalar. I say that because, even coming back to YouTube, my biggest fear is what's going to happen when I go back to work. But I get peace of mind in thinking about how I had so much tension in preparing for yesterday's videos that even when I go back to work, the tension will be there, but then I'll find my rhythm. I trust and believe that I will. In tracking this virtual book club and living through my real book club, which is called the Rekindle Reading Room, we'll figure it out. But clearly, I'm going to be reading 2 books a month, and that's okay. That's okay. We'll figure it out. I think in closing, I just want to share the benefits of reflection, to say, why do we pause and reflect? Why do we pause and think through our lived experience? Why do we pause and think through what happened to us? And what I'd noted down is that reflection helps turn experiences, your lived experience, reading in this case, into real growth, right? So as you ask yourself those questions that we're going to be, going through in the next 4 weeks, every 4 weeks together, it'll help you really reflect and introspect and put yourself on the pedestal, because most of the time we're really fast to actually judge people's actions towards us, but do we make time to interrogate ourselves? Do we? I hope I'll be able to zoom in. I'm going to try to take time editing this video. But if I don't, it's okay. We'll do that next year. I think like low effort in terms of editing, because we've just come back. This is my 3rd video, and we are nervous that the little man will wake up, and we're almost done. So the last 2 points I've noted was that it encourages self-awareness. Reflection encourages you knowing more of yourself. Know thyself, right? And you can never know too much because you're always changing. And lastly, I noted that it promotes better decision making. The more you know, the better you're informed and equipped, And I think in my journey as a mom, that's what I've seen. Like, that's my favorite thing to do, to read and research about whatever thing I'm worried about or I don't understand about my son, be it feeding, sleeping patterns, whatever, development milestones. This girl will read, okay? And I think in closing, I'm gonna make it a separate clip. So in closing, I am going to share 2 pieces of information, right? So where can you find free books, right? You might not have money to buy the physical copy, but you want to be part of a virtual book club. There's a website that I love. Sometimes it's down and I get so scared, but it's still up currently. I did check it today. It's called Ocean of PDF. I'll try to put it here. If I don't remember, it's just the 3rd video back. Low energy in terms of editing. Low effort. Yeah, not low energy. Low effort in terms of editing. But it's called Ocean of PDF. You can find literally any book, as long as it's popular. But any book. So far, I've seen any book. Yeah. But otherwise, the second piece of information in our closing is the book that we are going to be reading starting today on the 20th October 2025. So we're going to be done exactly in 30 days, 20 November. But I'll count the exact weeks. So basically it's Monday. So every Monday from now until the 4th Monday. Here is the lovely copy. So this copy I got from my friend, actually right here, from Dr. Mukumani. She got it for me for my birthday, yes, for my 29th birthday. And I will be honest that I've only read up to, let's see where my pen ends. I've only read up to page 74, imagine. Up to page 74, and I'm excited, I guess, for this virtual book club launch. Me praying that I'm not setting myself up for failure, but come on. Once I establish a rhythm, I am honest that it catches on like wildfire, and I feel like I'll be fine. Imagine being that 31-year-old who reads 2 books a month. Come on, I can be that girl. But otherwise, if you are looking to join me in this journey, scary as it may be, please do leave it in the comment section, and I will see you bright and early. Not bright and early. I'll see you next week, Monday, same time, same place. I'm not sure what time this is going to air. And funny thing happened yesterday when I was working on the video for Sunday. I scheduled it for the 20th at 8 p.m. and the hope was to publish it yesterday at 8 p.m. Oop, he's waking up. at 8 p.m. and I realized at 7:30, I'm like, oh my god, the people are waiting. But luckily, it was just my second video back. So note to self, check the date if you're scheduling the video. Gorata. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. So excited. I will see you on Friday for our Faith Friday video. And I think I won't be able to record for my podcast because now I'm back full force. I'll probably make time to make a recording just to say I won't be back anymore because we're back here. And yeah, I think video content creation is more hectic than audio. So yeah, but otherwise, thank you for listening to that bit of yap. Thank you so much for watching this video. I pray that may God's favor locate you and may his grace sustain you until we meet again.